Are you preparing for medical school applications now, or have you already gotten your offers and are eagerly waiting to start this new journey? Are you slightly worried and would like to get a better idea of how you should prepare yourself for this new stage in your life? Or perhaps you'd like to get a bit more insight into how life in medical school is? I am Ella, a second-year medical student in London, and in this video I'll tell you about all the things that I wish I knew before starting medical school. Make sure to subscribe because in the upcoming videos as I start second year, I'll be delving even deeper into the different aspects of medical school life. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first thing I wish I knew was how different each medical school's curriculum is and preparing myself based on that. I think that's something that I lacked a bit on when preparing for my applications. I would mainly focus on things like problem-based learning, case-based learning, traditional learning, integrated, etc. But I didn't really focus on the examination styles. Like, are the examinations throughout the year formative or summative? Are they MCQs, SAQs, like short answer questions? Is it more essay-based? Is it more coursework, practical-based? All this kind of stuff, basically. And luckily, thank God, I really enjoying the curriculum of my university and I feel like it really fits with my style. But it's important for you, if you're applying still, to make sure that you're looking at this aspect as well when applying and making sure that it fits your vibe or like your studying style so that you find it enjoyable. If you've already got your offers and have a few months left till you start medical school, I'd recommend having perhaps a slight look at the curriculum a few days before you start. I struggled a bit with this when starting first year because, I mean, obviously we had a lot of inductions teaching us about the different assessment styles and everything, but having all this information like in the first few weeks just bombarded at you, it made me a bit, not lost I would say, but it was kind of like too much information is being processed. So it took me a while to really get used to the curriculum of my university, and I think a lot of students struggle with that. So perhaps before you start university, I think I would have definitely benefited from like spending just 1 hour just looking at the curriculum and really understanding the different aspects of it. So perhaps like 1 day or 2 days before you start, or like a week before you start, just having a quick look in the curriculum will really help and will make you feel more confident when you're entering uni for the first time and you're starting. Second thing I wish I knew before starting medical school was how much my study techniques were going to change, like literally drastically. And I think it's really important for you to have that flexibility when starting medical school, you know, having that flexibility to change my study method easily and just try different study methods. What I'd recommend before starting or when applying is to perhaps start watching a few videos or talking to a few medical students, if you know any, about how they study for medical school and what works best for them. And then just compiling these different methods, thinking of what might work best for you, and going into medical school with this flexibility in your mind that I'm open to trying out all these methods. I kind of tried this when I started medical school, but I still didn't like imagine how much my study method was going to change. I do know of people that, for example, they stuck to the method that they used in sixth form or GCSE, and they continued using it until halfway throughout the year, until they suddenly realized that this method is not working for me. And they realized that they have exams coming up soon, but they're completely, all their notes have just suddenly become useless and they have to rewrite everything. So in order to avoid this situation, it's really important to just be flexible and do a bit of research before you come to medical school on how people study and what are the different techniques that people like to do. The third thing I wish I knew, and this was really based on the stereotype of a medical student and what everyone around me used to tell me, but you do actually have time in medical school. And we have to debunk that rumor of medical students having no time for social life, having no time for hobbies whatsoever, having no time for friends, etc. Having a work and life balance is so crucial, especially in medical school when you have so much pressure in your studies. You need somewhere to de-stress and you need to have your own time, you need to get good sleep, etc. So this myth has to be debunked. During medical school, I've managed to balance so many aspects of my life. I managed to balance content creation. I used to do figure skating every week, and I also used to do badminton every now and then. I also had a part-time job where I worked 2 days a week. And in addition to that, there's things like friends and socializing and just finding time to relax and study. I've managed to do all of that, and I'm telling you, as long as you organize your time, it's really not that difficult at all. That's something that I wish I knew. Like, you really do have time in medical school. You have time to meet your school friends, or you have time to pursue your hobbies, pursue any things that you're interested in. You have time to relax and have a good 8-hour sleep every day. Don't sacrifice your sleep ever, because then you'll lose focus and efficiency in the actual studying. The fourth thing I wish I knew, and this kind of links to the previous point, I wish I knew how important time management and organizing yourself was in medical school. So in order to have this work and life balance that I was talking about, you have to be able to organize yourself really well. And I don't think I've ever done this much organization in sixth form or in GCSEs, even during exam time. In medical school, I started using Google Calendar to time block my days, and it really helped in giving me an idea of when I need to study, when I have time to meet friends, or when I have hobbies, etc. So it's really important to have good time management or organizing to really be able to be the most efficient version of yourself. Obviously, give yourself time to relax, give yourself downtime, give yourself free time, and I would procrastinate a lot of times as well. But just having this degree of discipline with yourself and being able to time manage and organize yourself well is so important. I'd recommend now perhaps having a look at the different tools that are available for time management. For example, I use Google Calendar. I know a lot of people use task lists and stuff like that, so perhaps using Notion. I like using Notion for to-do lists as well. I like using the Reminders app. So just having a look around and seeing what tools are available. Old style journaling of the hand is a thing as well. So yeah, just looking around and just preparing yourself for this aspect. The fifth thing I wish I knew before starting medical school is how much effort you have to put in to find friends. It's not the same as sixth form GCSE, or for example, you sit with the same people in every class, you have the same people around you, so you're meeting the same people every day. In medical school, you actually have to put yourself out there and step out of your comfort box. Things like, for example, sitting with different people in lectures and going out to societies and making sure that you're communicating with the people in the societies. For example, putting yourself out there in events or any opportunities you have, like fresher events at the start of uni. All of these things are so important, and you really have to put in the effort to do these things in order to actually find friends. I remember I had a term, like half a term throughout my year, where I didn't really go to lectures as much. I was kind of procrastinating a bit and I was being a bit lazy about lectures, so I just do them in my bed. And I noticed that in this term, or in this period specifically, I found that I was not meeting my friends as much at all, and I wasn't having as much contact at all with people around me, and I wasn't socializing as much at all, and it really made me realize how much effort you have to put in order to meet friends and have just keep a good connection with your friends. And also things like keeping good connections with people from your previous schools. You know, with university being, especially with medical school being so busy, you really have to put in the effort in order to really keep your friendships from your previous schools, etc. So yeah guys, that's the 5 things I wish I knew before starting medical school. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you have any ideas for any videos you'd like to see, then please comment them down below and make sure to like and subscribe. Also, just a quick note, I'm planning to do a Q&A soon, so if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer in the video, then make sure to comment them down below as well. And I'll be posting a story on my Instagram soon as well on questions, so I'll be posting like one of those question stickers. So if you follow my Instagram as well, in my description box to write your questions, and I'll be making the video soon. See ya, bye!